associate attorney at Helen Terakich Law in North Carolina in the United States. I've been working with Phalguni for more than a year. I was actually part of the team who interviewed her first when we were starting to work with Wishup and choosing from the slate of candidates that Wishup had proposed for us. So our law firm, Helen Terakich Law, who is run by our managing attorney, Helen Terakich, and we now have 7 attorneys, although when Phalguni came, I think we only had 4 or 5. And so we do immigration law, but specifically we do immigration law for victims of human trafficking. We do a lot of humanitarian law. We rely on our colleagues, our staff, to really have a very compassionate heart, a very good manner, a very willing ears to listen to the stories that these clients have to tell us. And they can be incredibly horrible things that happen to these people as they go through their terrible trafficking experience and labor abuse and sexual abuse and all kinds of things that happen to these people. And so we rely on Phalguni to, as a part of the team, to take in the story from the client and prepare that all the way through the process, work with the client all the way through the process from the time that they make an appointment with us and they're preparing for their consultation with the attorney, and all the way through preparing a statement with that client's story into filing. So what Phalguni does is really important to I would say the biggest part of getting the information that we need to prepare these T visa filings. That's what it's called, the T visa, trafficking visa, T visa. And so Phalguni is a screener. And what that means is she is, as soon as someone books a consultation with us, they are assigned a screener, and this person just goes through at least 5 or 6 hours of work, and most of that is personal conversations with the person to prepare them for consult. So Phalguni basically listens to their entire life history and writes it all down in a way that is useful for the attorneys who are going to be consulting with this person to understand what their immigration options are. Phalguni is basically an investigator. She has to listen with being very trained, and she has really understood all the training that we give about the legal framework of what creates a trafficking case. So Phalguni's job is to listen to this person's story and then continue to ask more and more detailed questions so that we can understand what happened to this person and see if they're eligible. And I have heard Phalguni speak to the clients. I've been observing calls. I have partnered with her in consults. I have seen her notes. I have seen her troubleshoot for other paralegals and other legal assistants and other screeners who are having trouble with a difficult client who is kind of going through a really difficult emotional time and won't talk to our staff. Phalguni's manner is so calm, compassionate, polite, but firm in a way that really works for the difficult emotional state that these clients are in. She's an excellent writer. She's very good at details. I have seen her pull years and years of information out of a person and put it together in a clear and concise format that our attorneys can then use in consult. And I can't imagine the hours and hours of patience that took, and diligence, and really like asking the right questions to get the information that we needed for consult. So I know that if Phalguni sends me something for a screening in preparation for consult, that's going to be well done. It's not just talking to the client and getting their story. She also has to review their legal documents and prepare for the attorneys kind of an overview so that we understand what their legal situation is before they speak to our clients, before they speak to our attorneys. So she has to go through, could be 20, 30, 40 pages of information that the person has sent about their immigration history, criminal offenses, any other information they have. She has to go through all of that and do a discrepancy check, that's what we call it, to understand the dates and timeline of how everything happened. So definitely she has an eye for detail. So she just is such a good blend of people skills, like the compassion that it takes to listen to someone who's telling you about the worst moments of their life, and then detail and professionalism on the attorney's side, on reporting to the attorneys and working with the rest of our staff. and being able to translate this person's emotion and this person's story into something that we can use then to save this person and help them and change their life. And really, we couldn't have done it without her. I have been in consultations a lot with Phalguni, and she's just so skilled. She really makes it easy for us to communicate with our clients, and it's a skill that I don't have as well as Phalguni does. So I really appreciate when she does it for me and I don't have to do it myself. She's one of the most reliable members of the team that I directly work with, and I appreciate her so much.